Patch 7.12. Alright, here we go. Camille buffs. These are nice. I'm a big fan of Camille, and she needed some help to her early game because she was just kind of getting shit on in most matchups. I don't even think Camille was bad in the latest patches, but she hasn't been good, especially compared to someone like Fiora. There'd be no reason to pick Camille over Fiora. And now, with helped her early game with less cooldown on her passive, which is really big in trading, and her Q gets a little bit of extra damage, 200% from 180. This will help out your Trinity Force a lot too. This will make her early game a lot better. She'll still be weak early game compared to Fiora and Renekton and all those. She probably won't be picked that much more than she currently is, but this helps her a lot, and I honestly think they can keep Camille where she is. And she'll be okay. So, I like that. Quirky buffs, attack speed increase, attack damage increase. His passive's going to mostly magic damage. This is really good for Corky because now his build with Sork Shoes and Haunting Guys are even better than they were before. And having like this 80 carry style AP damage threat is really big in picking comps, since he can be played bot and mid. It leaves a lot up to flexing picks in other lanes, and different champions like Talon, Zed, and you can just pick a lot of different champions when Corky's brought on the occasion. This will make him good. I don't think this will make him OP or even picked a lot because his missiles got nerfed so much, but he'll be pretty good. At least I think so. Ivern nerfs. Ivern just keeps on getting nerfed over and over again. With Athene's on Holy Grail being buffed, they probably want to nerf Ivern because he's one of the best users of Athene's. 50 damage on rank 5 is pretty big, so this is a pretty big nerf. Ivern will probably still be cheese as usual, and he'll probably still be okay. Jack's buff, 50 range on W. It's actually pretty hopeful because if you go the Titanic Hydra build, which is probably the best Jax build there is, you can auto Titanic Hydra W, and even if they get out of range a little bit, the extra range on W will help that. It'll slightly help for chasing or getting a good auto attack in when they're out of range. It's like there's nothing bad about this. It's just it'll make Jax combos easier, and maybe the range will get you a kill. It won't change him that much, but this is Jax is already pretty good, so buffing him again could be risky, but he'll probably still just be okay. Jhin buffs, they lower the base damage, increase the attack damage ratio. It'll be relatively same. It'll get better as late game goes on. More AD obviously makes this better. And Curtain Called base damage increase. Before this was a problem because you could engage with R and it would do so much damage. It's not nearly what it used to be, but this will probably make his R engage better. It'll still be not that great since 10 damage on it really isn't enough to make the big difference. But I like this because Jin's a really fun champion, and he's a little weak right now, but with this, like, Jin's more playable. I wouldn't say he's better than Caitlyn or Varus or Ashe, but he's definitely in the playable range. I've been thinking he's been playable this whole time too, but this isn't a bad change at all. He won't be OP, and he won't be bad. Good change. Karma nerfs. She's been getting nerfed a whole lot, and obviously with Athene's being buffed, Karma's going to be nerfed, so this is a fine change, and she probably had it coming anyway. She'll still be good. Kindred buffs. They're increasing her AD, wolf dash speed, and mana cost, or decreasing managed cost on mana cost rather. I don't know what to say about Kindred. Like, Kindred's such a weird champion right now, and I haven't seen her a single game since her changes, to be honest, so I really don't know about this, but obviously it can only help Kindred, and The more they buff Kindred kind of worries me though, because I remember when Kindred was good before, it was just a nightmare ever playing against Kindred. So small buffs over time do stack up. We'll see how that goes. Malzahar buffs to his, or actually these are Malzahar changes. His Q and R both got reduced in damage, but if you QSS the R now, the damage continues to go through. So that's been a big thing with Malzahar before, is that he really didn't have damage if people bought QSS, because they can just get rid of the damage entirely. And now it keeps going after they QSS, so it's alright. I also have not seen a single Malzahar since the changes, so hard to say why they're nerfing him, at least for me, and what the goal is here. Rakan looks like bug fixes. Okay, yeah, and his I read that I heard that his shield wasn't working with the mastery, the support one, whatever, the one that helps with shields, wind speakers, and all the buff increases on redemption and stuff haven't been helping his shield. So maybe people will start going wind speakers now instead of Colossus. That's what I think most people go. Rek'Sai buffs, it's pretty good. I mean, I honestly think Rek'Sai's not even that bad. They obviously needed to fix their R because it was too easy to dodge, but with the buffs to AD and armor and AD ratio, I think she's going to be good. Good Rek'Sai players will be really scary. A bunch of Rumble changes. Basically, they're shifting power around to his W and E for a little bit less power on Q. They're making him shove waves slower than he used to, because he's getting a cooldown increase on Q. Rumble will be better in the late game, by far. By far he'll be better than late game, because he's getting increased damage on every ability. Actually no, increased damage on E. Actually yeah, increased damage on Q too. So he's going to have increased damage in the late game. In the early game, you'll have better opportunities to trade with him because he won't clear minions as fast with the Q damage to minions to 75% and their cooldown. He'll also have a little bit harder managing heat in the early game because he'll have to use W and E more often to get that over 50. So this will make Rumble will probably do as much, if not more, damage in the late game. And, well, more actually, just because damage increases in the late game. But they're making his lane phase worse by nerfing CDs and making him push less. Because in the past, trying to duel Rumble is really hard because he just kills all your minions in one Q, and you can't go up because you'll just get Flame Spitter to the face. But with CDs increased, that means you have more of an opportunity to... Hold on. With his CDs longer, you have more opportunity to just go in and trade. So this will be interesting. I don't know if Rumble will be better or worse. More than likely worse, because Rumble's lane is already kind of rough. Not rough, but like he's susceptible to ganks, and this will make it more susceptible to ganks because he can't just shove lane and then back off as easy as he could before. He'll probably still be decent at shoving, but I could be wrong. We'll see how this goes. I'm not entirely sure. Rumble enthusiasts will probably still play Rumble. Xayah nerfs, higher cooldown W, can't base attack during Q. It's pretty big. Xayah, I kind of put Xayah in the hyper carry category, and with these nerfs, it kind of seems like they're making her a little bit more choppy and not as fluid, because it felt really good queuing and autoing at the same time, and you had your W up for attack speed, and with that I feel like that makes the character more choppy, and you know, playing her feels a little stiff, and I hate it when champions just feel stiff to play, where you feel like you have to force everything and nothing's like flowing well. It's kind of hard to explain, but Riven's a good champion, a good example of a champion that where everything flows together if you're doing it right. This will just, she'll probably won't be bad, but she probably won't be amazing. Zac nerfs, this is pretty obvious. Zac needed these nerfs, they're just to damage. He'll still be good because he's got great CC. Locket is now really good on Nunu, and I can foresee lots of Nunu bans and picks in the future with this change, because Nunu gets a lot of health, and now it scales off health, which means people who stack health are going to be really good. You probably won't see this much on top lane unless you really need it, and then again, you also need a bunch of health for it to do its job. Actually, maybe not even. Hold on. Oh wait, no, it's bonus health, not max health. Okay, if it was max health, that'd be ridiculous. But anyway, Nunu gets a lot of bonus health, so you'll see this on Nunu a lot, and probably on Ivern still. This is good though, because Lockets was really, really strong on people, even if they didn't have a lot of health. It's a good change. I also like the redemption change, to where you have to build like the redemption items that increase healing power or the Wind Speaker's mastery to make redemption stronger. So the people who get all those shield increase and heal increases, this is, I like this change a lot, which means you can't just build this and it'll do its job like Thresh. Thresh can still build this, but it'll be less effective. I like this change a lot. It'll be really good for the Sona and Soraka and probably Lulu and Janna. This will make ranged mage supports even better than they already are, I guess. So you'll probably see less Thresh and Braum again. The new Zeke's, I have no idea. I'm not going to cover it because I have no idea what it does. Hold on. Let me see if I can figure it out. Basically what it is when you ult, it summons out like a frost storm, and then you can start hitting people and they get slowed and take damage. Yeah, I'm not completely sure. I need to see this item in action before I can make any judgment. Athene's Unholy Grail is, so you get 100 place mana regen. So you'll get 50 AP from Athene's, and every item that you get that gives you more mana regen gets you more AP from Athene's. So this will be really good on people who get redemption and probably talisman, since I think that gives base mana regen. Athene's will be really good on those people who build coin and all that good stuff, redemption. I can see lots and lots of shielding people getting this now. Probably not Janna though. Maybe Janna, but probably not. Banner just has some stats rolled around. It'll be about the same. Knight's Vow is much better on tanks now, since it gives CDR instead of health regen. So I already think it's a good item, so it's even better. Righteous Glory is really good right now. Really good now, since it gives CDR, gives armor. You know, it still gives the health and mana. I think it does still give the health and mana. A little bit less health, but giving armor and CDR, and the slow nova is automatically triggered. This item is going to be really good. You'll probably be building it third or fourth. I can't imagine it being second or first right now. Glacial Shroud, I consider this a buff. I think this item is a lot, like 100 gold decrease is pretty big, and 5 armor is not that much. So it's not a huge buff, but I like it. Early Glacial Shroud is always nice to have. Raptor Cloak, just gold changed. You know, it's a little bit less armor, but 300 less gold for 300. 300 gold is worth a cloth armor, and that's 18 armor. It only goes down 10. Efficiency of this goes up. Talisman is cheaper by 200. It's pretty big. It's actually a lot. Okay, also big changes to Doran's Ring. This is really big for AP tanks such as Nautilus and Galio and Gragas. You'll see less of them because of this change. you can't triple stack Doran's Ring, which I was never a big fan of. I usually did Corrupting Potion into 2 Doran's Rings most of the time. I think you'll see the return of Corrupting Potion first to all AP tanks. You'll go Corrupting Potion, D-Ring, and D-Shield, or Corrupting Potion, D-Ring, Dark Seal. You will never see 2 Doran's Rings ever again, unless you... I'm not completely sure when you'd want it. Maybe I'm overrating the unique mana regen, but I don't think I am. I think you'll only ever see 1 Doran's Ring now. And then the other item, they'll just have to get a Dark Seal or a Doran Shield. D-Shield nerfs, this is obvious. It'll still be a good item even after the 1 potion nerf, since it still heals a lot. It'll still be good. Good change though. It needed to be nerfed. Refillable potion, icon change, into stats, blah blah blah, and that is about it. There have been big patches recently, so, and I kind of like it because it changes the game. It doesn't like completely shift the meta, but it changes the game in a way where we can possibly see new champions. So I've been liking the patches recently. And next patch there's gonna be Fiora nerfs and Kennen nerfs and tank buffs. I can't wait. So thanks for watching, boys, and I'll see you later.